Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Destiny 2. Time for new story. Sup, Rasputin?
My combat simulations continue, but the parameters provided by the Reef's Techians are not promising. I have yet to devise a tactical use of the warsats that will not empower Zivu or Wrath. It may not be a possibility. However, we also cannot allow the Wrathborn to take control of the warsats themselves. My internal algorithm has nearly all the requisite data to finish my reconstruction. Retrieving more will accelerate the process. I also have a special request. There is a Warmind terminal in the Cosmodrome that is not linked to the rest of the network. While it does not contain any submind data, the files stored within are of critical importance. I need you to procure them. I will provide you with security clearance once you have recovered the next cache of submind data. And Guardian, thank you.
Interesting. Somewhat... Despite running combat simulations around the clock, Rasputin has yet to devise a method for using the warsat that does not empower Zivu or Wrath. Nevertheless, he reiterates that allowing the Wrathborn to seize control of the warsats is not an option either. He tasks you with the collection of additional submind data in order to oppose their efforts. I also have a special request, Rasputin confides in you. He reveals to you the existence of a highly classified file firewalled in a bunker beneath the Cosmodrome. Once you have secured the submind data, you are able to report to the bunker and retrieve the file. This here is worrying, right? He's like, I can't let them seize it. It's not an option. I mean, if you can't use them against them, and you can't let them have them, the only real way to do it would be to destroy them. And I don't know what effect that has on Rasputin himself. But theoretically, Rasputin could use the stones to destroy the stones, as it were. I guess theoretically a thing he can do. Give me this tripwire, please. Theoretically, that's something he can do, so I don't know, we'll see, I guess. Holo projector?
I keep coming back to a question that's been bugging me. Did I do the right thing? Teaching Rasputin art, philosophy, culture, transforming him from something capable of imitating human consciousness into this. Rasputin suffers because I made him capable of suffering. I always knew he would be a weapon of war, so was it right to make a weapon have self-doubts? Was it right to bring him back online when he'd shut himself down after the collapse? Elsie says she lives her life in a circle, repeating the same tragedies over and over again. And that's what's happening to Rasputin too. The collapse is here again, and maybe there's no solution. Maybe there's no hope for the future. Maybe I should go.
Interesting. Anna wonders aloud if she made the right decision by teaching Rasputin independent thought and giving him the capacity to simulate human consciousness. Rasputin suffers because I made him capable of suffering. Calling all of her past actions regarding Rasputin into question, she abruptly closes the channel before she can descend further into despair. Yeah, he can feel suffering, but he can also feel everything else. Which I think is probably a net positive. Alright, time to do Seraph Chest.
The data terminal is located in a subterranean bunker. It contains the most highly classified files in my archives. By design, they have been completely isolated from the network. You must physically retrieve them. Handle them with care, Guardian. Not even Anna knows of their existence.
What the hell are we finding? It's... What the hell is he
The entrance
hiding?
to the bunker is ahead of you. Clear the area, and I will open the door.
I mean, I know the bunker, because this is from the strike, right? It's gonna be a mission version of the strike, pretty much? Probably.
How many times have these bunkers been breached? The Fallen, the Hive, the Taken.
Me.
And for what? My arsenal was insufficient against the Black Fleet. Now it poses as much a threat to humanity as our enemies. As the War Mind, my primary objective has been ensuring humanity's survival. To achieve that objective, I engaged in espionage, sabotage, murder, all acts of tyranny, all unforgivable. But one of them was particularly egregious, an order I nearly executed, and that would have haunted me to this day.
Where are we going?
Additional fallen raiders detected. Eliminate them before I unseal the next door.
Stupid fucking servitor. More the fact stupid fucking sword that won't hit the stupid fucking servitor. Alright.
When the collapse began, I feared the Traveler would abandon Earth. So, I reactivated the protocol to use the war sats against it. I
didn't
intended to
rejoin.
immobilize
Yes.
the Traveler, to force it to stay. But in the end, I aborted the firing sequence. Anna does not remember this, but it was she who convinced me to stop. She has always been the angel on my shoulder. My humanity. She is the reason that I am more than a weapon. I am Rasputin because of Anna Bray.
Interesting. So that was lore that we kind of knew that was always confusing about Rasputin, was whether or not he actually, crippled the Traveler or not. Because there was times where we thought, oh, has that been like, has that been retconned or something? But seemingly, it was a not entirely apocryphal story. Where are we?
Thank you for retrieving the files, Guardian. They must be preserved at all costs. Due to their sensitive nature, I cannot risk uploading them to the network. But they should be safe in the Vanguard's possession. Bring them back to the helm. I will decrypt them here.
Interesting. Something so sensitive he doesn't even want it on the network. Which he controls, by the way. He's a supercomputer AI who controls an entire network, but he doesn't trust these files to be on said network that he has full control over. Interesting.
You have my gratitude for securing the files. It would have been inadvisable to leave them unattended, given recent developments. I apologize for not disclosing their existence earlier. To do so required a level of trust I have not held for a considerable time. But, as always, you proved equal to the task. The Traveler chose you well. I once employed human agents in a similar manner. I dubbed them Seraphs, granted them access to experimental armaments and armor. At times, I wonder if I predicted the Traveler's creation of Guardians, or if I independently deemed my avatars worthy of such responsibility. Whatever my intrinsic reasoning, the results were sound. You and the Seraphs are kindred spirits, stalwart defenders of your kind. In the past, I have made errors in judgment. Decisions based on faulty premises and flawed moral frameworks. But you are proof that the Seraph Protocol was no such error.
Interesting.
Choosing to trust humanity may have been the best of my decisions. I do not know what the ultimate outcome of this war will be. But come what may, we will fight together.
That's interesting. So before the creation of Guardians even, he essentially gave power. He was acting in a similar way to the Traveler, I suppose, where he was giving power to people to protect themselves. Which also, incidentally, for those who are up on Lightfall stuff, sounds a bit like Cloud Striders in Neomuna. They're not light bearers, seemingly, but they're empowered by technology to protect their people. I wonder if that's an extension of his Seraphs they've turned into Cloud Striders? Interesting. Rasputin thanks you for retrieving the files and apologizes for not disclosing their existence earlier. To do so required a level of trust I have not held for a considerable time. He goes on to he goes on to liken you to his Seraphs, special human agents he entrusted with advanced armor and weaponry. Although he admits to making many mistakes in his past, he considers you proof that trusting humanity was not one of them. Rasputin vows to no matter what the future brings, you and he will face it together. We're friends. Should you choose to accept it, Part 4, I'll read this out, why not? A series of automated beeps come from the dominant exo frame. On a nearby screen, a small prompt appears. Remote download initiated. A data uplink notification flashes and goes sigh. It's a message. We meet at the end of the road, Guardian. Our dead drop left, and the perfect opportunity to snatch it from under the House Salvation's nose. Since we last spoke, I did some more digging and discovered that our current age Harke was responsible for stealing and attempting to reverse engineer the cage created by Dominus Gaul all those years ago to imprison the Traveler. The technology we had harnessed was in turn stolen by Scions, loyal to Callus, that makes a lot of sense, who used it to create light-suppressing munitions used during the assassination attempts on Zavala. It's an interesting tangle of threads, but I can see it's quite where it leads. I can't quite see where it leads. And like all real mysteries, we might never. All that aside, we have a mission to accomplish. Details forthcoming. Benchurch. Interesting. So Harke was the one who developed or at least started developing the light-stealing technology that they stole from Gaul, which then got stolen by Scions and turned into a weapon against us. Standard. Well, cool, I guess. That's pretty much everything for today. I'm just going to listen to this radio message, and then we'll finish up, I guess.
RAS, engage Turing mode, conversational.
Old habits.
Sorry. I'm so used to you being more machine, more directive-driven, and less...
Human.
I wish this had come for you at a better time.
I can grant you this one analytical certainty. There is never a better time. There is only in time or too late.
That's a good line.
You're right. Like always.
I suppose that brings us to another point. I am not always right. I have done things in the name of preserving the human species that are abominable. They were the mathematically correct choice. But they were not the right one. My new exomind pathways have given me an opportunity to review a lifetime of decisions, to weigh them against emotional and moral conceits that I was not, in the moment, capable of comprehending. Others have called me a tyrant.
They're wrong.
They are not. You have given me the ability to objectively see my own value, but also the ways in which my value has imposed a negative sum to the collective well-being of humanity. It is the sum of an equation I am still trying to balance. But that does not mean your work has been in vain. You gave me choice and free will, and I did with it what I thought was right. That is the sum of your life's work. I see now, at the time of our final calculus, the value in that. The value in emotion, in caring, in how humans make both logical and illogical conclusions from the same points of data. And why both are valuable.
Thank you. threat.
No matter what comes in the future, I will always cherish the life you have given me.
It feels like they're like moving towards Rasputin dying, which I feel like would be, unless they did it well, you'd have to do it really well to make that feel like it's not ridiculous. After spending all this time to get him back and then just kill him one season after he's introduced would be really bad. But I feel like that seems what it's leading up to, right? If they do it, let's hope they do it well. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.